I will say this. But The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan, I think this is his brother. Is it William Nolan? What's his brother?
Jonathan?
Jonathan Nolan. Look, I'm such a casual. That's crazy. Y'all should know that.
You dressed like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar before he took off like shit, boy. You are Merv Bacon. Stop, Merv.
It's the MalloryBrosPodcast, episode 222. Happy Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
We back. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope your week is off to a great start. I feel like last podcast was a heavy one, so I'm glad to be back on the bullshit too.
This week. Yeah, man. Happy Tuesday. Happy new week. Hope everybody weekend was chill. It was a very rainy week out here. Big prayers. Big love to everybody in the South that's dealing with the
Helene?
Hurricane. Yeah, I don't know if it's Helene. Either way, she ripping through. And just sending prayers to everybody down there. All of our listeners that's dealing with that. We just got rain pour. And think about it. I was wondering why we was getting so much rain. And that's the reason for it, because when you look at the joint on the map, the way that motherfucker moving.
I'm telling you, we getting flooded with this damn rain.
But
I can only imagine what they going through.
Exactly, yeah. I have seen, it's a town where it's older people, like a town full of like older people that all had to like evacuate. You know how older people are. They don't got the facilities to just up and go. They need help from their kids that come to town and shit. So that was sad to see. But yeah, once again, prayers to everybody out there that's going through that, man. Sad shit. But we back for another week. Like Terrance said, we back to the bullshit this week because, last week was a sentimental one. I guess we'll start, right? Switch things up, not necessarily a weekend recap because, weekend recap, but more so for you. Let you go first. How is it? Your first, I would say, baby girl's over a week old at this point.
Last week we did the NFL picks, and I feel like just all the content that we did, even for the Future album, y'all, towards the end, that album beat my ass because I think, what they say about not getting sleep, this is one thing that I was going to say.
What they say?
What they say. Everybody we talk to, Terrell, you're one of them. Annoying as fuck. They say, you can kiss sleep goodbye. You can kiss sleep goodbye. First off, I'm not going to do that to people. Even being where I am now. I'm not going to do what y'all did, which was like, it's like you so giddy that you were the first person to do some shit. So you talk with that way. I'm not going to do that. Like, I feel like it's annoying people saying, you can kiss sleep. You can kiss your career goodbye. Fuck you, motherfucker. I'm going to have to figure this shit out any type of way. So, I'll say this. If you have a kid, fellas, you're not going to sleep if you are a good parent and a good partner. That's what they not saying. If you a good partner and good parent, then, bro, you ain't going to have that much sleep because you're going to be stepping up to the plate. That's all I'll say. Like,
even if you're not a good partner.
I'm hearing Ann say she's sleep deprived, and I feel like she could be way more sleep deprived. So I feel like
that's a good.
Not that she's not, just I know what I will pick up for her. So I think that's what comes with the territory. She's got a lot that she's dealing with postpartum, went like all women do. So when people say you're not gonna sleep, I think, you know what? I could sleep if I said, you're gonna do this time, I'm gonna do this time.
Okay, so so if you were a piece of shit, you wouldn't sleep, sure. But rather, the people that were telling you weren't pieces of shit. They were telling you they were the person you're talking about.
But to me, just to tell somebody that you're not going to sleep, instead of letting them know that part, Terrell, you asshole.
I was saying, hey, bro, unless you a piece of shit, you won't sleep.
No, but I'm not saying that more so than I'm saying you as a man, are you going to want to step up on shit. You're going to want to say, nah, boo, sleep. That's why you're not going to have your sleep. Your woman is going to go through other things that bite her sleep. But for you, it's going to be stepping up to the plate, bro. Because hard truth, Terrell, a lot of you niggas who don't have to breastfeed in the night. You don't got to wake up and breastfeed. You don't got to do the night feeds. I've seen plenty TikToks. Yo, why he coming at me with that type of energy, though?
No, I agree with you. Everything you saying, I feel like if I were to have told you this exact same thing with this exact same point of view, because you're going to be wanting to step up, whatever. If I would have said,
you told
Brody, it's funny because everybody watches this podcast and have heard me say little shit.
And they heard you've never said what I'm saying.
But if I would have told you, yeah, you know, if you ain't going to sleep because you're going to be wanting to step up, you would have cut me off and said, Terrell, whatever. I'm not going to be like you, whatever.
Terrell, that's bullshit. You wouldn't have said it like that. You would have said it exactly like how I said you said it. Oh, you could kiss sleep goodbye. Okay, you'll see. Fuck you, motherfucker. You're not even saying nothing. I'm giving these motherfuckers an actual play-by-play. You want to give a nigga an idea.
Idea or facts? Come on, bro. Everybody, look at your
Terrell,
comments. Everybody said, damn,
facts.
Terrell said, because Terrell did say.
Terrell, you was right about the fact that I was going to learn the hard way, but do you see that don't have nothing to do with what I'm saying here? Because, see, I'm trying to tell them that what you going to have to do for sleep it's on you, bruh. And guess what? I could get plenty sleep up in this joint for real. Me and A-Train come from sleeping 4 hours.
I don't care. Fuck out of here.
Me and A-Train come from sleeping 4 hours. When y'all see me dozing on NFL picks, it's because I'm standing up on mine. Fuck this nigga.
Terrance, that's all well and cute, but I feel like if I would have told you that, you would have told me to shut up.
What you telling me? What
like you did before.
What if, could have, should have ass nigga,
Terrance,
but
I told you hella shit.
Terrell,
I didn't just tell you
that.
I didn't tell you, first of all, I hate stuff like this. I never told you
credit for some shit.
I never told you, oh, you can kill. I was like, bro, you gotta remember, you not gonna be sleeping.
Hey,
you gonna be XYZ.
Y'all have watched.
Go watch. I never did the nigga dirty. You'll see that.
Terrell, you ain't do me dirty, but you ain't do what I'm doing, though.
Saying that you
I gave you
the nigga he was right.
Credit. I told the nigga he was right. I said this was gonna be his bitch.
But he want backhanded and say, nah, what you should have said.
Terrell, hold up. See, because you do got some holes in your shit. You do. The same way people said you wasn't dissing me, you was low-key dissing me. They said also.
Why would I diss my brother that's having a baby?
Talking about. Terrell, when you said, I forget what you said.
I said, look, dope, y'all.
Even though you ain't mean it, you don't realize how he be coming off sometimes. And that's on me?
Anyway, like you were supposed to be saying.
Like I was trying to give them good dad advice for my weekend recap.
You were supposed to be saying how it's been this past week. You started off by saying the NFL picks, you was tired, whatever, but then you went on a ramble about how I was right.
I went on a ramble?
Yeah, you didn't really get to like the actual
I felt like I had
some
motherfucker in my ear talking while I was talking. How is that a ramble?
And they saying. I was like, they. I wonder who the they was.
Oh, so you were triggered.
I'm they. They, them, me. Boy, that's all me.
This nigga sitting here with
is me.
Fuck out of here. This nigga sitting here with a comic book shirt on. I see the games he play.
Terrance, you
Stranger Things dressed ass nigga. Fuck out of here. You dressed like episode 3 of Stranger Things,
Terrance,
the upside down.
What you dressed like, boy? You dressed like 11 father, like
you got that out of bed. You got that out of.
You dressed just like 11's father, boy, straight from the cabin. You running back to try and make sure.
That's not her father. Did you watch?
Well, whoever his name was,
he was a scientist. You look like a scientist, boy.
You look like you dating a one.
You look like at a retro video game store selling. You look like you sell PS1s.
You look like you. Okay, Terrance, look at you, boy. You look like you work for John Deere, boy. That ain't no good.
Niggas know this one of my waviest shirts. When I throw this on, it's no nonsense.
Have you ever heard somebody?
I would never walk around with a Wolverine shirt. I just wouldn't.
This shirt dope, man. I got it from Culture King. Shout out to everybody that just saw the Deadpool joint. Like, we way cooler. Fuck this. What do you think?
Deadpool?
The Deadpool versus Wolverine joint. They said it's one of the best movies of the year.
There's nothing wrong with those films.
Okay, but you would never wear this, but you would wear that.
I feel like I would buy that shirt for I would buy that shirt for my boy's son.
Terrance, you look like you work, but you handle like.
The shirt I have on has the sun on it for my daughter.
Okay, cheat code. What about that overshirt, boy? You look like you do trash, boy. You look like you do junk removal.
You look like the nigga late coming out with the trash. Oh, shit, my bad, y'all. I was drinking a Fanta inside. Fuck out of here, boy. Oh, no, we not taking your cans, motherfucker. Take that shit back
exactly.
up there.
You being from your own point of view.
Think about how extra a garbage truck driver is for that. They don't want you to bring it down late. Why? This
you still here. They be at the house up here gritting on you. It's like, you ain't even get down here yet.
He was late. We hit his curb line. This is bullshit. Your week recap. I went to the pool with my son.
But y'all see, But I shit on him.
I'm definitely coming for you, but I'm not gonna hide from you.
Took my son to swim class. He's doing great. We also took him to this indoor play park joint where they have like a big ass ball pit. Yeah. They got like the little kiddie place. Was dope. It's just some people do not be watching their kids, bro. Like, you know how you go down, a lot of people don't know if you don't really have kids or you just never would be at a Chuck E. Cheese. But when you go to Chuck E. Cheese, they give you the little stamp joint. So that way you go in on this side and you go out on that side. If you come back, they got to shine a light or whatever to make sure you and to make sure you and your kid. Yeah. Cause you can't, that way you can't walk out with nobody kids. So the joint we went to wasn't really like that.
Yeah.
And there was people in that joint, they kids running around and they just sitting there on their phone. You could tell this motherfucker was reading a book. This motherfucker on Twitter. I said, yo, I could never do what y'all do. And no way. What was fucked up about that, Crew only 1.5. He's close to 1.5. He only 15 months. So he's small, like cognitively, movement-wise, he's still like 1 year old. Y'all 4 and 5 year old kids running around in the 3 and under section, fucking everything up. And it's like, yo, I really wish people would come and get their kids, like, so that they wouldn't fuck it up for the little ones. I can see if y'all can run around anywhere, but like, you four, the baby ball pit, bro, is literally as big as this table around. Yeah. It's this big ass 4-year-old in there playing with the balls, and I'm like, yo, where the fuck is his parents? Because this is for little kids. And you know, you don't want to be the one to go and say, hey, you 1 year old? Are you 3? Yeah. You don't want to talk to nobody kids. But if you see their parent, you can be like, can you come and get your child so we can use the ball pit?
You know, I think the age limit on this one's around, 1 to 3.
Oh, and we went to Sweet Frog, which is trash. I think I said that last week. Was that last week? I think I said that last week.
I thought you said Crumble Cookie was trash.
Oh, that's what it was. Crumble Cookie we went.
But Sweet Frog is legit.
Sweet Frog is trash. I'm sorry, Chris.
Nigga look real happy with his spoon in the picture you sent with Crew. You look real happy back there with your spoon.
I ate it, but it ain't good, bro. And Honey Grow. Anyway, went to the dry ass.
Honey Grow fire.
What I got wasn't good.
Maybe your palate is just garbage. When a motherfucker start saying he don't like this, and that, you start thinking,
I don't like decorated ramen. If I can make it at home and just put some, I can do a decorated ramen at home. Terrance and An love a noodle. They love some exotic shit.
Last time we had ramen, An tried to burn my mouth off. That's a whole different subject. I've never had you did. Terrell, I've never took a bite of ramen that hot in my life.
No,
I thought I was
he
pranked.
You know how
they give bro a hot chip and then they laugh at it? What is it? I literally thought I was being pranked. I sat down, ate, hold up.
I was on the phone with him when he ate and he could not talk. I'm like, get milk, get milk, get milk.
I'm licking my lips. I'm going crazy. My lips burning. On just eating. I said, I must have did some shit. And that's how women get back at you. Okay, motherfucker, dinner's ready. You go down there.
Your vision get blurry. They sitting on the other side of the table. Anyway, spent Sunday at the crib, was dope. Just me, my fiance, and my son. We watched the games at the crib. And that was the best. My Broncos got the dub. I was running around. My son got to see me root for the Broncos. I was kind of scaring him a little bit because I'd be like, I was getting too hyped. But he need to see that. I was telling G, he need to know what it's like.
Know what it's like. That rage and passion.
That uncontrolled emotion.
If it's Tio's there, you know it's vibes.
But anyway, let's get to the shits. The Diddy shit happened. Diddy got arrested. Did you see they just arrested the mayor of New York? Did you look into that? That was crazy.
Damn, is it connected?
No, he got indicted for something completely different. They was cool.
But
so his shit is a little bit, no, it's not, they cool, but his shit is a little bit different. You got to look into that because that's actually, I've seen a TikTok. But the Diddy shit was all the last couple of weeks, but what has happened this past week that we noticed is it seemed like it's like a celebrity witch hunt happening on a TL right now, and I think it's kind of lame if you ask me. Because if you can find things that really stick, cool, but it's getting to the point now where it's like, all right, y'all.
Grasping for straws.
Y'all a little bit crazy. I'm a Beyonce fan, so y'all probably going to just say, oh, he only saying that because it's Beyonce, whatever. But They trying to say Beyonce is responsible for killing Aaliyah and Left Eye. And they're using J. Cole's She Knows record as the fucking baseline for this. And the fact that Diddy was born November 4th. Y'all know I'm a conspiracy theorist. But you can tell when somebody really a conspiracy theorist or when they just believe certain bullshit because they don't like somebody or they're just a fucking idiot. And to me, that's what we dealing with. They say, look, Diddy born on November 4th. And Jay-Z was born December 4th. Beyonce born September 4th. Beyonce got an album called 4. Jay-Z got an album called 444. Jay-Z loved the 40-40 Club. And guess what? J. Cole says, rest in peace to Aaliyah, rest in peace to Left Eye, She Knows. And then they putting up pictures of Beyonce. What the fuck? Like, legit flooding her comments with, you're gonna pay, you're gonna burn in hell, like, crazy.
It does seem like anybody connected in any type of way to Diddy, but you're fucked.
Mm-hmm. And I don't like
even if it's a photo that you took with Diddy. Like, oh, y'all know what this means. Like, they'll be like, so-and-so arrested for traffic tickets. Y'all, a picture of him with Diddy. And it's like, oh, we know where he was going.
It's ridiculous. Did you see the picture with Aretha Franklin? They was like, do y'all really think Aretha was at the freak-offs, y'all?
Yeah, like, was Diddy, like, not able to know anybody? All right, bet.
I just think, but you know what? Separate from that, but, like, in the same realm, it seems like people have this weird infatuation with, like, people's demise. Even neutral people that have nothing to do with anything, we be quick to say, yo, I feel like it's sick for people to be like, yo, you're next. Like, do you know anything or are you just hoping they're next?
It's one of those situations where the world needs there to be a next. Like, we live in social media where we get so much, dopamine release from, we've seen our TL explode with crazy news. We've all turned into the guy from Spider-Man that wants to pick, like, better pictures. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, we've all turned into, like, that crazy news cycle guy. We want there to be the worst news possible. So, look, what would be crazy? That's what we want.
Yeah.
Like, it would be crazy. Oh, Jay-Z, he's billionaire. He's a whatever. We've seen kind of we've always heard about Hollywood, how dark it is. So people want a dark-ass truth. Like, people don't want to get there and people don't want to find out that it's really nothing. People would rather believe in the Illuminati than believe you worked hard to get what you want. We'd rather believe, did you see the devil horns he got in this video? Now, why would he do that? Why would he do that? But because of that play, it's easier for us to believe, or I'll say it's easy for us to want and crave the worst of shit. That's why I think people are looking at people who are Beyonce, Jay-Z, people who are up there and have always had a perfect star. You've always been a perfect star. No smut on your rep as a star. You've been perfect. This is their opportunity to say, oh, I know what you did wrong. Because everybody wants to try to point out somebody's flaw.
People want to humble people and bring them back down to their level. That's why when people, it's kind of like some hater shit. But that's the case, not even just with billionaires. Anybody that get a little bit of acclaim, even if you just got a lot of followers on whatever platform, people be trying to like tear people down. I feel like we live in such a shade room drama mindset. It's toxic, bro.
It really is. It really is. Honestly, the shit that Diddy's going down for, when you look it up, there's no defending, bruh.
At all? Like, oh yeah, not at all. He is a freaked out ass nigga. And
he's
you know
a
what?
Freaky nigga.
I always felt like that nigga was a little too comfortable.
Period.
I always got a vibe. Even especially it was ever since for me it was the BET the Lifetime Achievement Award. I was like, this nigga's up there. He's clearly drunk. He clearly didn't prepare for this. You're not taking it serious. We talked about it on the pod before. Ever since then, I was like, it just seemed like he kind of unhinged. The Joker shit.
Calling yourself different names like Love. You all of a sudden you go by Love.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah.
We said anybody that will do that and call themselves, anybody who will say they changing their name to Love.
I will say this. not Batman, I'm sorry, but The Dark Knight, Christopher Nolan, I think this is his brother. Is it William Nolan? What's his brother?
Jonathan?
Jonathan Nolan. Look, I'm such a casual. That's crazy. Y'all should know that. That's
You dressed like Matthew McConaughey in Interstellar before you took off like shit, boy. You are Merv Bacon. Stop, Merv.
It's getting dusty down here. But look, I will say,
Why did you bring up Jonathan Nolan?
Dark Knight, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And I feel like that is so true with Diddy. Because if Diddy would have died 5 years ago, we would have already celebrated the nigga.
Yeah.
We would have already called him a great. We would have already built him a statue. But
they did. They gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award.
I'm saying.
But you're right, though.
You could have died a hero. Not saying that he should have, y'all. I'm saying we could have potentially, buried him a hero and never been able to see it turn this bad, because it just goes to show you've been doing weird shit for a long time and you did it for so long that it caught up to you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think it's a crazy thing because you're loved for something before. You got all these people who were proud to take pictures with you. You know? I'm a Nipsey Hussle fan. At the end of Nipsey's career, that Puff feature, that Puff joint he got on Young Nigga, that was a big deal for bro.
Yeah.
Because Puff was looked at as, you know what I'm saying, bad boy, hip-hop historian. And that takes me to the next thing that I did want to talk about. But
Right,
I ain't going to go there yet. But I'm just basically saying,
We can go there.
Them people wanted pictures with you. And now, I bet everybody regrets taking them pics with you. Like, now them pictures are being used against people.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to talk about that's on the heels of that is, did you see the Method Man interview with the lady on the street?
I did not. I saw it, but I didn't watch it.
The lady on the street basically asked Method Man, she was like, so, I know you heard about Diddy and everything that's going on with that, and what do you think that says about hip-hop? Like, what do you think that says about hip-hop? And he was like, I don't think that has anything to do with hip-hop. I feel like that's his shit, and I feel like hip-hop is a separate art form. We talking about art versus, all of his bullshit. And there's a lot of mixed responses to that. And I do think, kind of like what you saying, I don't think we should connect Diddy's bullshit. I'm with Method Man. I don't think what Diddy is doing with freak-offs should be connected to hip-hop when more than hip-hop people were at them freak-offs. It's everybody. It's the entire Hollywood. You got J-Lo. Everybody's going to these parties. Everybody's proud to be with Puff. But hip-hop has to wear his flaws? Mm-hmm. I think it means that we had a weird-ass nigga that was up there doing some weird shit.
Yeah.
But I don't think it means shit for hip-hop. I told Terrell, we wouldn't say, hey, so the Harvey Weinstein sexual allegations thing, what do you think that means for film? I think that means he's not about to be making movies anymore. I think the Weinstein Company's about to be down. But yeah, we about to still keep doing our thing.
Right. It has nothing to do with...
nothing to do with the whole...
Yeah.
What did she expect Method Man to say? Probably some shit like, oh, we gotta do better. Fuck that, man. I think Diddy is a nasty freak-ass nigga who did some shit on his freak-ass own. That don't have shit to do with hip-hop just because that's his J.O.B. Because my thing is, there's your job and then there's you.
Right.
And I'm not going to say you a good person because of what you do at home. Same way I'm not going to say you a good person because of what you do at your job. You both have to kind of know that.
Exactly.
You look like the nigga that work at Blockbuster like shit, boy. Fuck out of here, nigga, clamping boxes of VHS tapes.
Terrance, you look like you work at the Harbor Freight Tools. You look like you work... You need a wrench? I got you. You look like you work at AutoZone or somewhere where you can just get, if I need a monkey wrench, or I need what's the crank joint? You look like you work, I can see you working on a car. You look like the nigga in Jiffy Lube that take you in here. So we got magazines, cable cord, right here, TV right here. We come back and get you in 20 minutes. You look like that.
You have on Jiffy Lube gray, boy. You look like you work at a, You look like you work at an arcade. Nigga come home smelling like tickets and coke. Fuck out of here,
This is a wash gray. Made after you, boy.
Not enough tickets for the Pikachu. What else you want? All right,
bet. So we got a bunch of random shit this week, y'all. Not even gonna lie. Bunch of random shit. Oh, Future dropped the album. Let's start there. Future dropped his album. I think that Friday after my niece was born.
Yep.
And we never got to listen to it. We listened to it this past weekend. Shout out to everybody on the Realest 9 on Patreon that got to see that. If you haven't, join the Patreon and check that out. But it's his third #1 album of this year, which I don't know anybody in recent 10 years that dropped 3 projects that went #1 all in the same year. Only person I can think of maybe would be Drake because of how much Drake dropped, but I don't even think Drake has done that. But I can't think of nobody else that drops at that clip that went #1 that many times. That's a crazy stat for Future, and honestly, it really kind of shows how he's still that guy after 15 years.
I think he's definitely still that guy after 15 years, but like I'm also a little bit with Jay-Z. We used to look at Billboard when we was young. Now we look like Billboard. Like, is you dumb? I don't think it's hard for a nigga like Future to go #1 3 times in a year if you're going to put music out. And think about it. This is my guy. But I think we've gotten a lot of carried away with the whole first week #1 thing at this point. Because now all of us are legit just listening to the albums as they come out. And if you're popular, think about it. Now going #1 really don't speak to your music more than it speaks to your popularity. You know what I'm saying? Jack Harlow's probably going to go #1 with his next project that comes out. This is no shade to
I don't know about that, T.
But
because at some clip, the music has to resonate.
if you don't manage to drop next to one of these pop stars and you can find a good pocket, I feel like somebody decorated as Future, all I'm saying, because he went #1 with how many units?
I think either 135, 140.
You see what I'm saying?
But it's hard for niggas
I get
to
I get it. I'm just saying.
Don't underestimate.
After a certain point, look, when Cardi B album come out, she got so many fans, her shit about to go #1. I'll ask you this, because I'm a real Future fan, okay? Real one.
129, he did. We Don't Trust You did 251.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the best project he dropped.
But look at
Second one did, We Still Don't Trust You did 127.
Look at what I Never Liked You did.
200K first week.
Okay, bet. Then that means that We Never Liked You.
And I think he ended up doing like 227 or something like that.
I think when you listen to Mixtape Pluto, it was a #1 first week album, but it's not near any top album of this year at all. I thought it was great to hear from bro, but it was not Mixtape Pluto. Like, if we keep it in a stat, it was throwaway Pluto. It was we got two. You gave 2 albums and you wanted to go again. Bet. You ever get on a roller coaster 3 times? Terrell, keep it a stat. That third ride is like, all right, we getting off. You know? I know what's about to happen. We done been on this ride twice. I think I'm still going to have fun on certain parts of it, but the overall thrill was gone with the first 2.
Yeah.
So I do think there's a conversation to have about the #1 thing is great, but is there such thing as oversaturation, especially if you planning on dropping again next year, which is in 5 months?
I think you make a good point about how just because you go #1 doesn't mean you make the good point about the popularity thing.
Yeah.
Because at a certain point, it really don't matter what you drop musically. You have to be popular enough, and but I will challenge you with you still have to create music that resonates. I didn't like Plutoski. I didn't like it. Right? Y'all saw the TikTok. We had a TikTok that's going
Love that joint.
around, but
that joint aged well.
Watching football on Sunday, you seeing niggas in their locker rooms after they win. That's what every team I saw was playing.
Yeah.
They in the locker room. They got you know how they be wearing the snow goggles and shit. They got champagne, not champagne, but they like
bum ass Broncos not used to a win is what he talking about.
We definitely teed up at that one. We had a smoke machine, everything. But guess what was
y'all
playing?
be A-Rod in them. Yeah.
We teed up on these bitch ass niggas, and we had MetLife, dusted these niggas off. But it was a lot of different people. I'm sorry, a lot of different young niggas fucking with that shit. I do think their music gotta resonate, and then I also think, yes, people are right about how the quality of music isn't determined by the charts, whatever. But it is very, very hard to get a number one record.
It is.
A number one album this year. In this decade. I mean, in the 2020 and beyond. That shit not easy. And people be making it seem like, yeah, oh, well, fuck the charts. Right? Fuck the charts. What about the album? Like J.I.D. Forever Story. Right? That's a special album.
Yeah.
Right? It takes a certain
It's
amount
bigger than a number one, low key.
It takes a certain amount of talent to make that album. But it also take a certain, it's not easy for you to get 3 number one albums. That is very hard for a nigga to get one. If you get one, it's your big one. You know what I'm saying?
I was going
For the nigga to have 3,
what do you think in any type of way that this is a capitalization from the beef?
oh, 100%.
Like the nigga dropped 3 albums because that first one was arguably your biggest because of the diss. Second one, you're gonna go again. Mm-hmm. And they said they was gonna put 2 out from the beginning.
They did.
But 2 out, but then to come out again, I wonder if that's like he needs to, but hey, I'm hotter than normal right now. I'm gonna put out another.
Yeah. And I won't pay it all to the beef. They had a dope Future and Metro. We just love that tandem. When they announced they was gonna do 2 back-to-back projects, I was like, okay, whatever, it's not gonna happen. Then when we got closer, they did Rolling Loud, and you started to hear some of the snippets. That got a lot of people more excited for it. And then the album delivered well, man. Metro.
Those albums delivered well, but we talking about this one.
No, but what I'm saying is in terms of the success.
Oh, okay.
I can't pay it all to the beef. I think Future kind of, his shit kind of, he was already, but you can't even say that because his last album went number 1.
I don't know what it is about this album.
He was already up.
I just felt like this is the most throwaway Future album he's ever put out because his albums normally have like a feel. This joint being called Mixtape Pluto, and that's like some internet cooked shit that we always say, oh, I miss Mixtape Pluto. Oh, I fuck with Mixtape Pluto. You called this Mixtape Pluto, but it's not like you were calling back to like Mixtape Pluto for real. Mixtape Pluto album would have been better if you had like 3 Zaytoven joints on there. Hop back on there with the niggas that you started this shit with. Really get on your shit. Calling it Mixtape Pluto, and then it's what seems to be a bunch of like extra songs from this year. Just kind of felt a little out of the way. Cause think about it, bro. He'll do a Evol. The nigga will do Save Me. The nigga will do the little projects. Like
Beast
every
Mode.
album that he got, every project seemed to be like purposeful. This one seemed more momentous, if anything.
It did. And I think it was. And the nigga snatched the number 1.
Mm-hmm, he did.
You know what I'm saying? Dropped at a perfect time. You don't got to deal with Tate McRae or Sabrina Carpenter or Taylor. You ain't got to deal with nobody for real. Morgan Wallen, all of the country boys done put they shit out. Posty out the way. He snatched the number 1. But you really can't be mad at it because the game is the game. Like,
That's true.
It is what it is. Shout out to him. And I agree with you with the fact that, but it's crazy to hear you say that because I be feeling like that about most Future albums until we Don't Trust You. Most Future albums, I feel like they're not great albums. It's like 4 or 5 I would go back to, and y'all love it. So it's crazy to hear that you feel that way about this one because I'm used to that. I'm used to this from Future.
I still like this joint. I just feel like, there's purpose behind all them other projects. This one just felt like extra. Like this one felt like bonus. Hey, I got a bonus album dropping.
I like Mixtape Pluto better than We Still Don't Trust You. That's my hot take because I know niggas love that one.
You gotta go revisit
better because I'm also not a fan of like R&B Future. So that might explain it for a nigga that might see this.
That's just blasphemy what he just said. It's complete
Mixtape Pluto to me is better. First of all, I like that joint a little. I like some of the joints on there.
I like some of the joints on there.
I listened to Lil Demon on the way here. Lil Demon, Ski. Pluto Ski is a fire record. Outside of the record itself, everything outside of what I don't like, it's still hard.
Whatever he was thinking about doing for that.
I'm on those again. That shit is hard. That run towards the end that we like with Ocean. Bro,
yeah, it went on a nice run.
I didn't get that from
I wouldn't be too mad at a nigga saying that he liked that over We Still Don't Trust You because I do know that's very niche Pluto. But
I feel like I would have the minority opinion though on that.
you probably would, because we still don't trust you was fire. That's Metro. Come on. Don't disrespect. Metro 2. What did you have next for the
I said who would win in a fight between the mouse from Ratatouille and Stuart Little? Niggas online are acting like the fucking rat from Ratatouille.
The
is
mouse
this
from
big
Ratatouille.
Beast. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
People are acting like the rat from...
Oh, no, that's my choice.
That's you pick? Y'all got Stuart Little fucked up.
The mouse from Ratatouille legit used knives every day.
Did not.
I'm cutting shit
he
up.
He grabbed the nigga's hair, and the niggas was doing it. This nigga, Stuart Little.
If he's that smart enough to know to do that.
Stuart Little could drive. So let's not talk about who's smarter than who.
The nigga's driving a remote control car. His punk ass ain't driving.
He legit
Ratatouille could drive. Let me get up here.
Okay, Stuart Little could drive that. He could also
Terrell,
drive a motherfucking boat as well.
He could drive a
Brave the whole
kitty
fucking
boat.
He had to
A
survive
toy.
some battleship shit with the mean ass kids that were trying to kill him in the battleship. This nigga took on a fucking gang of stray cats. Then after that, had to fight a falcon to save Shorty.
Are you
He
forgetting
didn't
what
fight the
Ratatouille
Falcon,
had to go up
but-
against? He went up against a couple things in that movie.
He did. He
wasn't
went up
always
against the
on that nigga's
shotgun.
head.
He had to run for his life in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it.
And look, he was
good
a-
cook. You
I'm
wasn't
a-
in the streets like
Are you
Stuart.
kidding me? Where you think Ratatouille came from? The streets.
Yeah, because you was a rat. I was on some real down. I was on some real
You
down
came
shit.
from an orphanage. Stuart Little was a bitch-made orphan.
Terrance, but he went through more real shit than the rat.
Terrell, how you go through more real shit when you go home
Fuck the
saying
strays.
little hi, little hoe, little hey, little hoe? What the fuck? This nigga went to the most suburban.
Now this nigga want to talk about
Your
my-
brother was sweet.
Terrance, the nigga had to literally escape some stray cats,
Escape some straight cat.
escape a falcon. Ratatouille would have been cooked.
Ratatouille is in a
He would
kitchen
have
cooking
been-
under a hat with the humans.
He
Are
would
you
have never
kidding
got
me?
away from that falcon, bro.
What do you think humans would do to a rat? Besides the weird Stuart Little's parents, besides that movie, and when you think about that movie, y'all,
Who had more
fuck
plot?
was we watching?
Who had more plot armor?
Stuart would be that. It would
Terrance, please. Ratatouille had way more plot armor. First of all, he would have been
Nah,
dead in the
you're right.
beginning. Stuart Little made a little bit more sense.
This nigga talking about Stuart could drive a toy car that goes 6 miles an hour.
Terrance, he was driving around the city type shit.
Think about how fucking
riding
ridiculous
around
this
the city
is.
with your boo type shit. He was.
Terrell, he wasn't. The nigga got played by the bird in the second joint, didn't he? She played him, was working with the
Nah,
Eagle
yeah.
whole T.
See? You ain't
Let
been
me
through
say
that.
this real quick about Stuart Little. We was some weird motherfuckers watching that. Why the fuck do y'all even have
Terrance, it was a
mouse?
children's movie. It was a movie for kids.
It was a book first.
It was.
I get it. I'll pay
It's
respect.
for
But when you
kids.
really look back, imagine your kid. They say, "Oh no, hold up, hold up, Crew's going after Stuart. Come on, Stuart!" And here come this little white boy with a mouse with a shirt on.
Nah, yeah, it was kind of ridiculous. If you think about the storyline.
And they're
bro,
like,
you-
"Come on, that's his family. That's his brother." So is Roscoe out back. I ain't got him in here waiting in front of,
No bullshit. That was some wild ass shit we watched. And the other movie, there's a rat cooking your food.
But see,
But
the
at least
premise-
they hit it.
And look, the only reason why he know food so well because he a rat. He be out here getting all the food. He look at get the food.
How the fuck did he learn to cook?
So what's the
that
better
way?
movie?
The better movie is Ratatouille. Easy.
The better movie is Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Easy.
Easy work.
Easy better movie, bro. 1000% better.
Stuart Little was cool, but what the fuck are we learning? So
Stuart Little had 1 and 2 though. Stuart Little 2 was actually really good.
Stuart Little too.
Ratatouille was the better movie than both though, I would say. Cause when the bird came, and the little bird, and then she won, I ain't like that. No. You see they got a new Garfield? Did you see what they did to Dora?
This is what I wanted to say about Dora, y'all.
You seen the new one?
No. What did they do? What did they do to her?
She just don't give me enough Latin. Dora?
The nigga has he lives in a Dominican household now.
No, I don't.
No, I
but Dora used to have that Latin flavor. You
What
can tell.
Latin flavor, Terrell?
Terrance, you could tell that Dora was a little Hispanic girl. You could tell. Watch the new Dora. She sounds super like American, but she knows Spanish. Like she's like, "Good morning, guys. We're getting ready to play." Dora was more so like
You could tell her she was here with the
it was there.
I know
You
what
could
you
tell
mean.
her Spanish was more authentic. It feel like they punching in the Spanish. a
Oh,
little
okay,
bit.
yeah. You speaking
And she don't even
Spanish.
look the same. She look real 3D. It's like animation took a step down. Like it getting better made it worse.
Nah, yeah. I was gonna say this about Dora. I've been telling A-Train this. Ain't it funny how we went from looking at Dora a certain way we watch? I remember being young and really being able to watch Dora the Explorer, y'all. Believe it or not. I remember being able to say, Dora's on, fuck it. I'm going to just watch it. I remember that. And I wasn't, whatever. But do y'all remember how we all, low-key, we all got old and just disrespectful as fuck to Dora?
Yes, we did.
We all start watching Dora with this arrogant ass. So, do you see the bus? And we like, it's right there,
Right
dumbass.
there, dumbass. Yeah. It's right there. Bro, that's a flaw.
We
That was
all
a flaw.
literally did that. Like, I feel like everybody I know did that. What the fuck are you talking about, Dora? Do you not even fucking see it? It's right behind you, stupid ass. Anyway, you're like, yo, what the fuck? I don't know why we turned to this
It's
show like
because
that.
the way they made her wait,
It's that
they
little
made
3
it, they
second
tried
wait.
to be interactive, but it was just too much.
And she'll double back. Where?
It's like, all right, she's a fucking idiot. First of all, I used to love when
What a great show.
I used to love when Swiper used to get their ass. I used to love it and
When you
change
think
the
about
whole
how
shit.
we talk to crew, that's a great show for him to watch. That pause lets your kid be like, it's right there.
Yeah.
Do you know how kids are a little delayed?
Yeah. We gotta wait.
They gotta wait.
That's funny as shit. I used to love when Swiper used to get their ass though. Love it. It would change the whole episode.
This is gonna change this episode right here. We're gonna switch the topic. All the ladies hit the skating rink. This is a girl's skate.
I used to live. You ain't
Y'all
wasn't
go to
skating
the
back
skating
then.
rink back when they had the
Y'all wasn't
all
going to the
girl
girls'
skate.
game.
Look, then they
Fella
say
skate.
we got the fellas. Look, why I want to get out here and
Why
skate
you
with
say it
these
like-
fast ass niggas?
Why you said it like Joe Budden?
Cause it's like, yo, a fellas or this is an all guys skate. Fuck that.
This
Then
is the
the
guys
couple
skate. Terrance, nah, first of all, y'all wasn't macking like that back in the day in the skating ring. What you do when the fellas skate, that's when all the ladies they on the joint and you get to skate
and you walking
around.
around are you skating around?
If you could really skate, that's when you got your shit off a little bit and you could.
I wish y'all could see me and Terrell at a skating rink. Me and Terrell, low key, y'all know what Nunu said when Nunu told Rashad, it's a lot you can tell about a man by the way he skate. I swear. I feel like, we grew up on roll bounce, ATL. We was in the
ATL,
skating
yes, we
rink.
did.
Shout out to people. We used to go to Crystal Skate every Wednesday night or every Thursday
If you
night.
from the DMV,
You from the DMV? You been at Crystal Skate.
Crystal Skate,
But be careful going to Crystal State now.
Yeah, now it's called, I forget what they call it now. We rode by that joint the other day.
Over
Joint,
real?
It was 2 police trucks out front. I said, see?
Tell you better stay out of there.
Motherfucker no more.
They start saying shit like, yeah, we about to have backyard band perform.
That's
At the
when-
skating rink?
Yeah.
Where they gonna set up?
They in that joint, yeah, y'all can skate around.
Yeah.
But that's when it was like, all right. It wasn't too violent back then either. You just still had to be careful. You had to get out your car, get in.
Get out your car, get in.
Get in
'cause you
there.
skating.
Right. And then when
Yeah.
you get out there, get in the car.
But bottom line, I feel like, what was I talking about? Something skating before this, Terrell? My bad.
First of all, you was getting ready to go to a whole new topic, and you said, ladies, something skate. What the fuck topic was you going to? You done locked the phone back, set the phone down. This is something that's in the realm of like dating. Was actually a little bit different. But he said, bro to bro. Shout out to this nigga. His name is Luis Olivas02. Louis on Twitter. Shout out to you. You got a popping nigga tweet did 9 million. Because obviously a lot of niggas agree. He said, bro to bro, you have to completely forget dating until you get your life together. And you know me, I've always been like, yo, you can find somebody for you, XYZ, you good. You got to meet somebody on your level. But after reading through the thread and then just kind of thinking about it, like, damn, do I have a dated mindset? Because I always have been pro, like, telling niggas, like, yo, don't listen to people saying you got to have a fucking $100,000 before you start dating. And I'm not saying that now. But I do think I agree that in 2024, expectations, you just like do kind of have somewhat your life together before you start dating.
I disagree with that tenfold, man. I ain't have my life together when I met A-Train. I got
Terrance,
one shot.
please.
I had
Your
one
life
shot.
was very much together. You could
Nigga,
travel.
when I first started going at A-Train, when I jumped on that Instagram live with her and I was in a damn relationship, that was me baking it then. Do you think I said, nah, I'm not going to try talk to shorty because I work at Best Buy? You think I just started like an A-Train when I was...
Terrance, you was making like 50 bands though.
Terrell, that wasn't shit. I was a nigga working at the Best Buy. A-Train wasn't checking for a Best Buy manager, a nigga selling refrigerators every day.
Terrance, it's not about what you was doing. It's about the money you was making and what you could do with the money.
No, but look,
it's
I could have told
don't have they financial together.
I've dated at every level of my life. I've dated at every single level of my life when I was rich, and I'm not rich yet, sorry. When I was broke, when I had more money, and when I got a little more money.
I agree with you. I also dated at every stage of my life. I feel like, though, where the world has gone and the reason why that tweet resonated so much is because this is a new era of dating that they are dealing with. The same way mom and dad met at a church's chicken or whatever, or they met and they were just able to cool, he was dusty, whatever. That story ain't just going to be the story of now because now... It's different, bro.
That's so you think if a nigga is like broke, he might work a job where he don't have like that much money. He just shouldn't date until he gets his life together. I don't agree with that at all.
I don't think you should forget dating. I won't go as far as what the tweet does say. But I do think your focus, if you're not able, just to save yourself the stress, should be trying to like better yourself first before you really take a serious step into dating, because it's just going to disappoint you because the ladies are telling you that they want somebody that can do for them and do this and do that, or at least be able to do something or come with something, because we're not just talking about niggas being able to go 50-50 and it be, you know what I'm saying, or be able to split a bill. We're not talking about that. It's a lot of niggas that's trying to date and they don't really have financial motion at all. But they might still be working part-time or still trying to, it's like, go ahead and figure that out. Get yourself a full-time job or get yourself some more cash flow before you really, or figure out what you want to do before you really try to start dating. I don't think that's bad advice.
All right, now let me say my piece.
I'm just trying to, I'm
just waiting for you to finish, because I'm going to say a complete opposite, and I don't want to do like a volley now. I'll let you finish that. Now let me say this, because I completely disagree.
Okay.
Like 100% disagree with what you're saying. We've always told niggas, it does not matter what you do. It matters who you are. Like, if you're going to get shorty, you're going to get her. You don't have to wait until your life is together because, Terrell, is your life together?
Yes.
Terrell, I'm going to keep it a stack with you because I knew he was going to do that.
Terrance, what about my life not together? Come
Terrell,
on, bro.
But think about how people, you know how hard it is for people to feel like their life is together? Some of you niggas, life is together, like you said, Terrell, and you still telling shorty, well, you know, think about how many men have women. And they telling that woman they won't marry her. They won't give her a baby. They won't do all of this shit because, well, you know, I got to work on my financial situation. I got to work and get my what's name together. And some of you have been saying that for over 5 years. Your situation is actually together enough for you to do the things that you want. But psychologically, you might not ever get to a point where you feel like your shit is together. So what I would say is, if you like somebody or if you want to date, I think you should date on any level because, nigga, your life might not ever get together. Your relationship that you find might be the reason why you get your life together. You got a lot of young niggas out here that staying by themselves and driving themselves insane, porn addiction. Why? Because y'all think you have to have your life set up or your life together in order for you to date. Well, let me ask you this. This is the dark side of it. Let's say you get rich, right? Terrell, what does he do? What's his profession?
Who?
Just give me a random profession.
He started stream shit. The stream shit take off. Now he popping.
You a popping streamer like Casanat. Bet. Shorty tells you she's with you because you are a streamer. There's no ego strike from that, fellas. Or you become an NBA player and Shorty says, yeah, I'm with him because he's an NBA player. She's with you for the money. Don't get upset, no ego strike for that, because we can't sit here and say you want a woman that wants you for you, but you're not even about to start dating until you make something of your life. That lets me know that you feel like people are dating you for what you do, not who you are. Tell me I'm wrong.
I think you're wrong because I don't think, see how you jump all the way to rich. sometimes it's not even about that. It's about being able to.
Let's say you got a tech job, and she said, "I date you
start
because
working IT." Who gonna say I started dated the nigga because he work IT? Nobody would say that.
But look, but a lot of you men don't want a woman that will date you for your money. You want a woman that's gonna date you because they think you a cool nigga who likes Dragon Ball Z, and she like Dragon Ball Z. You don't want a woman. Half of you niggas don't want a woman that's gonna tell you she likes you because of something you do. I guarantee if you ask your girl why she like you, and she said, "Well, you play for the Philadelphia Eagles," you would be like, "Yo, really? Is it my profession?"
I don't think anybody.
But you didn't date until you got that part of your life together, and I think
you the way you mention stuff is like, I don't think any woman would say, "Oh, bet since you work this and can afford this specific thing." Like, those, I don't agree with that. I actually do agree with.
You don't think women will say that?
I agree with the dating style you talking about. I just think nowadays, because you making it seem like I'm telling niggas that they got to get their money up, and then they only gonna be dating women, and women are only gonna want them for their money. But that is not the case. What I'm saying is, I just think now, in 2024, the way we looked at dating before, when we was 20, 21, it's a 10-year, 13-year difference. Actually, no matter of fact, we was 20 in what year? I forget. But yeah, it's a 10-year difference between dating in 2014 and dating in 2020. I think these niggas do kind of have to have a little bit more cash flow to be taken seriously on the dating scene. Not saying that you gotta be able to splurge and buy a bitch a Chanel bag or buy somebody or buy people gifts or be able to pay somebody bills. I'm not saying that. But to date now, you do kind of have to have your life together, because nobody wants to date somebody who don't have some type of something going on. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, but also not everybody got something going on, so you can't just tell people not to date because you don't have something going on.
Do you think when I say that, I mean like they gotta be popping?
No, I mean like
I just mean like you gotta have.
If you can't, so because that's my thing. You confuse everybody when you say something going on. Because something going on ain't nothing, but it ain't something, is what you saying. It ain't rich, but it ain't if I just got a job at Home Depot that's paying me about $11.50, $12.50, or like minimum wage higher. $15 an hour I make at the Home Depot, busting my ass. I don't think that that's enough for me to sustain taking a girl out every single weekend and buying everything. Maybe that's not enough. Maybe I need a little bit of a side hustle or something like that. I don't think you should tell the nigga that works at Home Depot to get his shit together before he can date.
I wouldn't tell him that.
Before you tell the nigga, that is what you saying, Terrell.
Terrance, I would not, because if that nigga's working full time and he's got benefits, he's staying at a certain place. Like, we not talking about children. I'm talking about grown ass men. I'm not talking about kids or young niggas. I'm talking about niggas that are men. You old enough to drink, old enough to drive. You 22, 23, 24. Like, I'm not saying, and I agree with you. I don't want it to come off like I'm telling these niggas they gotta get their money up to date, because I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you definitely have to have some type of idea for your life. Like, or an idea that you're working on. It could be your next couple of years.
Yeah, but you see, that's not what the tweet say. That's not what the tweet saying.
It says, bro to bro, it says you have to completely forget dating until you get your life together. Sometimes niggas' lives kind of be all over the place. Or look, T, that, and you know what?
Trust me, I get it,
You made it monetary. You made it monetary.
If you want to say
because
all over the
a
place
nigga
like
could
you have...
be going through a bad break, he still got trauma.
But we all know what you're talking about, though. We all know that it's a mainly monetary thing. But you know that,
But
though.
It's not just that, no. That's a part of it.
Because he said
that's a part of it for sure.
He said bro to bro. That goes for anybody. He's saying that to men, and it's just like what you started this convo with, saying, oh, people, these girls want you to buy this, these girls want you to buy that, and it might not be. It's like, yo, you should, and this is my advice, and maybe the Terrell can think different, whatever. Y'all tell us who you agree with. I think you should date somebody that's on your level. If you work at Home Depot or you work at the sandwich shop and you feel like, damn, I wish I could do more. Well, there's other women who work at them same places that you work, who's on the same level as you, that got families, beautiful ass women. There are beautiful women everywhere that work regular ass jobs. Trust me.
That's a fact.
I don't think that you should tell yourself you need to have a whole bunch of shit going on in order for you to date, because I'm going to keep it a stack. You not dating is bad for dating. That's the part Terrell not saying. You just sitting in your house whacking off every day for 4 or 5 years with no type of interaction with women. Okay, boom. Overnight, your company picks up. You good now. Now you're good. Now when you dating, what are you dating with? You're now dating with years or months, or like Terrell say, however long it takes you to get your life together. Now, all of that time away from talking to women, you're off. So what the fuck do you think you about to look like when you finally get back out there versus the guy who was broke and talking to the shorties he could? Why you think every rich nigga, this is going to be kind of negative, why you think every rich nigga had an ugly baby moms? Remember what Mike Epps said, Shaq, we didn't think we was going to make it. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And that's no offense to anybody, but that is what they say, because those dudes, you was from the hood, I'm going to talk to shorty up the street. And is she going to be the baddest joint ever? No. But that's at least me being able to express this, like get this heart beating. I don't think you sitting in your house like a fucking madman working on a master plan that might not ever work, waiting for that to kind of get some motion before you date. I literally think if you broke, you can date. You just got to date another person that's broke and cool with dating another broke person. And put y'all 2 quarters together to make 50 cents. Like, I don't think it's sitting back and watching. Because I feel like you're going to turn into you're souring the apple when you do that.
Now, what I think, just to respond to you, I agree with you. I think people should date on their level. The reason why I kind of agreed with the tweet, because in the beginning I tried to say this and I wanted to come off like, oh, Terrell think you should have a bunch of money. I've never been that guy. I've always told people to date at their level. I've always said that these new standards that people create make it seem like niggas gotta be drug dealers or you gotta be a rich nigga to date, when I don't think it's that. I think black people need to focus more on pooling their resources together, because at the end of the day, our median incomes are the same, 40-40. We both put it together, we make 80, a stronger household. Like, I've always preached that message. So I'm not now saying, oh, you have to have money. I think sometimes, now the way that I'm looking at it and looking at what some of the niggas were saying in the thread, you can save yourself and somebody's daughter stress if your life not in the right place, right? Like, let's say it is financial. Because I led with that, I'll stay with it. If you're not making the money you feel like you should make to be able to date the type of girl you want, you're going to stress yourself out trying to date and getting the friction from women that are expecting a little bit more, because that's the type nigga you want. I'm sorry, the type girl you want. Because a lot of the times, niggas want the chick on IG, but they can't afford the chick on IG. Like sometimes niggas have expensive types. We all did. We all do. Like we want the bad joint. Trying to stop cursing. So I just think you can save yourself some stress sometimes if you do sit back and just say, you know what? Not that I'm not going to talk to women at all, but I may not hop out there trying to like date seriously because I'm not really necessarily ready for that. Or you might have,
I don't agree with that.
You might have, niggas like to date when they get out of a situation and just get back dating. Like, it may not even be monetary. Sometimes it could be your life is just all over the place in terms of who you are and you don't realize it. I be telling niggas to take solo trips. A lot of niggas carry around a lot of trauma that you take it from chick to chick to chick. Insecurities are following you. You watching nothing but red pill shit. Like, sometimes it is healthy for a nigga to just not.
You see, the red pill shit scares me because that time away from dating, to me, you'll just start baking what you think dating should be. Then when you get back out there and you realize that it will always be shit, you're gonna have to find the diamond, y'all. Every single one of you men watching this, You're not gonna get yourself to your money together, and then you're getting the good women.
I never said that.
And I'm just
that's
saying,
not what it's about.
I know that's not what
you're
Terrell's
trying
saying.
to become the better guy.
You're not gonna get your Terrell.
It's like you don't get what I'm saying. You keep trying to make it seem like I'm telling niggas to get money and then start dating.
No. This is what I'm telling you though. This is what you don't get. I feel like these niggas waiting to date because they might not think that their life is together. I get that. Like, say you got a lot of chaos, a lot of drama, a lot of trauma, like you talking about. That's one thing. But if you just got a heavy life, you might meet somebody else with a heavy life that you can connect with on your heaviness. Like, that's my only thing is that. Like,
you
I
think
feel
that's
like,
healthy?
Yes.
Or are you gonna bleed all over that person?
The risk is that, y'all. The risk is that because you trying to find a diamond. And I don't think you should stop digging until you feel like, you know what I'm saying? I think you should work that shovel to the very fucking end of it. Even when you got a little piece of it, I feel like you should keep digging because there's going to be somebody that you meet and now you're using their shovel because your shovel might be so damn bent that you need to lean on their shovel. And yes, it's fucked up. Yes, you're going to bleed on the next person. Yes, you're carrying around trauma that you will not be able to get rid of when? On your own?
Yes,
so you're going to get rid of your relationship trauma.
Yes, 100%.
You're not getting rid of any relationship unless it's from out. If it's
Terrance, now
hold on, wait, listen. If your relationship trauma comes from your trauma, that was your life.
No, you were in a relationship, you had a bad breakup, and now you have trauma from that, right? You didn't like the way it ended. You didn't get closure. Now you carry insecurities. That's your trauma.
You're not getting over none of that shit until you get in another relationship. I put it on everything.
That's the worst
I put that on
fucking advice
everything.
ever.
Terrell, I put it on everything.
No, I'm a nigga that takes solo trips.
I'm a nigga that did it. I'm a nigga that did it.
Okay, well, you did some shit that's not common. That is the most dangerous thing for niggas to do. I would never advise a nigga that has relationship trauma baked to just go hop in a new situation.
But you making it seem like I'm saying you got relationship fucking
we just gave you the example.
Or some shit.
No, I just gave you the example.
If you have trauma because your girl was cheating on you, right? You can stay out of a relationship for 2 years. When you get back with the new girl or the new dude, that trauma is still gonna be there. It might be suppressed. You might have dealt with it, but bro, you're still gonna be fucked up because the last time you did this, the last time you thought shit was cool, it wasn't. And it's okay because you need to get with somebody else that can show you that your traumas don't define you. But I swear, y'all, it's going to be harder for you to let go of traumas by yourself. You unfortunately have to be willing to own your traumas and be willing to be honest about them with the next person. Otherwise, they going to stay, bro. You're going to wait 5 years and then be still the same nicked ass motherfucker.
I agree that you need to manage your trauma because I think trauma is like diabetes. I feel like once you have the trauma, you can do everything you can to get them levels down, but based scientifically, you still going to have it. Like, you're going to always live with it now that you got it type shit. But at the same time, I think you should take some time to heal and not just jump back in a situation with a new person because I don't see how you don't, and it didn't happen to you, but for a nigga that got cheated on to just jump back, get out of that relationship and just start dating again, you know he gonna bleed all over the new shorty. He gonna be insecure because he gave himself time to heal from the last chick.
I agree with that. I definitely feel like after a breakup, you need a little small period to do your own thing. I definitely didn't go through a breakup and then get straight into another relationship. I had that little period where I told myself I was gonna be single. I told myself I was just gonna be out here dating and just do my thing. You know, me and A-Train, believe it or not, was on the same type energy. Like, bet, you know what? I'm about to just be single, stack the phone up.
How long did that last before you got in a relationship?
But you see, that's the thing. When you meet somebody and you feel like it's some magic there, I could have easily killed me and A-Train whole thing thinking that I needed more time to heal. Because guess what? Did I bleed on A-Train from my last relationship? Sure I did. Did she bleed on me from her last relationship? Sure she did. But I think that's the natural way of you being able to improve. You're going to be fucked up. You might play basketball and you on a worst team where y'all don't even do layup lines in the beginning of y'all games. Y'all just go out there with the pennies and shoot around. When you go to your new team, layup lines is new. The good ways of being on a good basketball team is foreign to you. So you can have trouble in the beginning. Layup lines. So when everybody runs to their side, you're like, okay, so which side do I go on? And it might be embarrassing to not know the basics of a layup line. But when you come from poverty...
But you should have taken time to go learn up.
Terrell, but where do you go
Or
to
heal.
learn layup lines? Sometimes it's pieces of this shit you're not going to learn. That's all I'm going to say.
But y'all have a very special and unique situation.
I'm not even talking about my own situation.
No, I'm just speaking back to what you were saying at the beginning about how, y'all both had trauma, but y'all was able to, still make y'all shit work and not necessarily have to deal with that, heal through each other.
But we do still have to deal with trauma and healing through each other,
And you do, you're right. But that doesn't always turn out to be rainbows and sunshine and a successful relationship. It could turn to abuse. It could turn to my motherfucker being controlling.
You're right.
It could turn to trauma for somebody that didn't have trauma before you. Because you brought all your baggage.
But my hot take.
My bad.
What'd you just do?
No, I just hit the bros button. My bad.
But my hot take is that baggage ain't going nowhere with the break. Believe it or not.
You can condense
if you
that
are
luggage.
traumatized.
This is why we shouldn't take the nigga out. It's like the nigga said.
Terrell turning this into a debate. You Kamala Harris ass nigga.
I'm
not trying to debate. We on the same team.
You're not.
She's debating tonight? Oh, Tim Walt's the vice president.
But he about to tell what's the name up. I'm not trying to make pause.
Anyway,
for a nigga that you see that's supposed to be anti.
But
look, bro, I'm not trying to make it a debate. You tried to make it a debate because you just so vehemently, or what is it, vehemently?
Vehement.
What is it?
Vehement.
You vehemently disagree with me, like niggas should just, and that's the thing. We talking about trauma, XYZ. The tweet said, bro, you should just forget about dating until you get your life together. And you immediately said, nah. Take all your bullshit to a new chick.
I did not say that. Y'all see how Terrell do?
That's basically what you said.
Oh, that's basically what I said.
You said,
Terrell,
nah,
I did
fuck
not
that.
say
You
that.
need to go ahead and keep dating on your level. Cool, yeah. I do agree niggas should date on their level. But that don't tell me that a nigga don't have his life together because he don't make 80 grand, he make 40. That don't mean his life not together.
I'll tell y'all this, and we're going to end it with this.
You still got to at least make some money, though.
That's true. Financially, it's going to be a beast your whole life, y'all. I'll say this. You choose what you want to do. Do you want to wait and get your life together and take your time, deal with the bullshit? You might have family problems. Deal with that shit, bro. And just don't put all of that heaviness on somebody else. But I'll tell you this. If that shit is crushing you and you feel like everywhere you look, every way you turn, you feel like it's just a dark cloud, let me tell you from a nigga that experienced it, and there's plenty of people watching this that experienced it, your relationship can be the brightest light you've ever seen in this life, and it could literally take you through all of the storms that you're in right now. You are going to fuck that person up. You are going to bleed on that person, but if you have genuine intentions, Terrell, we're not talking about, like when you talk about trauma and bleeding on another person, do you know that that's insecurities and stuff like that, that's normal? To be insecure, you making it seem like I'm talking about going and beating on somebody and taking it to there.
No, but that's not even just it. But
there are small situations, Terrell, where if you're able to be man enough about what you went through and you want to change it, there's somebody that's willing to help you. That's all I'm saying. There's somebody out there that is, willing to deal with your bullshit because they got bullshit too. And if you're willing to take their shit, they'll take y'all shit and y'all can become better for it.
I just think that's a very rare.
I don't think
thing.
so.
I think it's better to champion. I think it's better to champion
that's
people.
That's not rare, son. People just don't think that.
Healing before you go jump in a situation and getting your situation together.
You're not gonna heal shit.
You will.
Terrell, how do you know how to be better in a relationship out of a relationship?
Because it's not about the relationship. It's
but
about
you talking about relationship trauma. You're not talking about you trauma.
You having relationship trauma is your trauma. It is about you healing. It's not about, I got to go and figure out why my last relationship didn't work in a new relationship. It's you taking the time.
I just don't see what the fuck you're about to do. After you assess, you have to get back out there. And it's not going to go away.
I'll tell you, I had relationship trauma. I had trauma from women.
And
felt
you
like
think
my
that
life
shit
wasn't
just left when you got with another person?
I took a solo trip. I cut every chick that I was talking to.
And you think
off.
that shit?
I cut everybody off. I took years single. I dated.
But what did you? What was your
but
trauma
I didn't
that
take
you got
nobody
rid of?
serious.
Go.
For real.
What was the trauma you got rid of?
Let me say, I didn't take nobody serious just because I felt like I was dating this person, it wouldn't work. Doing this with this person, it wouldn't work. I was cold, I was controlling when I was in college. That was a bad relationship, even though the shorty cheated on me. And it wasn't that I was controlling. That. She was a fucking cheater. But I carried a lot of that
and
with
a bird.
me.
Sorry.
And look, I carried a lot of that with me. And you know what? When I met G, I had already told myself and already kind of healed myself, so I didn't look at her as another bird, another potential cheater, somebody who probably also.
But you don't think yours is rare though. You don't think yours being able to heal from that?
I think it's rare that niggas take the
and then go get a G. Yours is rare.
I feel like it's rare for niggas to take the
problems,
time to heal. Healing and people actually waiting is rare.
Have y'all ever seen Wally? That is what you niggas will be if you do what Terrell is saying. If you wait your whole life trying to heal.
You don't want your whole life.
And trying to get your shit together, because that's what the OP was. The OP is really get your shit together, y'all, before you date, because these girls out here, they expect a lot. Fellas, I'm telling you, you just got to have
You received it that way. That's not what it said.
Terrell, if you don't think 80% of the men who retweeted that are not retweeting it financially.
Yes, financial is a big part of it though. In 2020, and I started with that. In 2024, you can't just be a nice guy for real. That's it. You do need to. It's a recession.
You can't be a nice guy and then go after the joint that y'all be going after. You can't be the nice guy with 200 followers and you 200 follower nigga DMing a joint with 15,000 followers and she bad as shit. What the fuck do you think is gonna happen?
So he should do what, Terrance?
He should aim at the other 300 follower joint.
That's the thing that niggas won't admit. Y'all niggas have expensive taste. Just like women have expensive taste. They don't want the regular nigga. They want the nigga that can do for them like they see these other girls online. Niggas don't want the regular chick. They want the chick that's in the bikini that they seen on the Explore page. But
you don't get that joint.
If that's your taste and that's what you want, what you should do is get your life to a place.
I disagree with that.
Where
even
you
with
more
the women.
comfortable in that space. Nobody said you gotta grow followers or nothing.
Think about the women that won't talk to a nigga unless he got a certain amount of racks.
They not for you.
No. Just think about that girl.
Okay.
Right? Damn. I would even tell her, really? You are selling yourself hella short from a great relationship. Like, you are putting a status and a certain togetherness right here. You have to have a box check before you can date somebody. And I'm telling you, you dumb all your shit down. You can tell yourself, I only want to date a girl with short hair. Do you know the type of box you just checked? Get on Hinge and tell yourself, get on Hinge or what's the name, and add one filter and you see your options change for real.
That's true.
Soon as you take off the fact that shorty need to be from uptown, soon as you expand your radius, you started seeing things that you actually liked. That's why I said, look, you're never gonna have it together. That's my harsh feedback.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You're never gonna have it together. Even me right now feel like my life not together. What? Am I rich?
I hate niggas like him.
Are we comfy?
I hate
Terrell,
niggas like him.
are we so comfy where you could just wake up and do nothing and just say fuck life?
Terrence,
No.
yes. Believe it or not, your life is together. Acting like your life is together, you're going to piss people that really struggling, you're going to piss them off. Because your life is together. You're a content creator for a living. Your life is together.
My thing. Can I just wake up and just say fuck creating content on some Elon Musk shit? No, we all going to have a part of our life where we feel like we could get better, which is dangerous to tell people, Terrell. You talking about me, but it's dangerous to tell people to wait till they get their life together because the harsh truth, the OP did.
I never said that it meant you had to be rich.
I didn't say that, but I'm telling you right now, even a nigga that works at wherever might not feel like his life is together till he get manager or till he get this. It ain't rich, but like, if you never get that, you don't want to run the risk of you being never together.
I agree with that. I agree with you when you said
Terrell,
I agree with you when you said we should date on each other.
MalloryBros podcast listeners.
You said we should date on each. Everybody should
How
date on
many
their level.
times do we have to listen to this nigga Terrell go against me and then say, I agree with
It's
you?
because the nigga Terrance don't listen. He thinks about his own life, his own situations, and that's his benchmark for what everybody should do. But that's not what will work for everybody.
I don't think
That's
I
the
said
fact.
that it will work for everybody. But you know what? We're going to table it.
We'll table it. I wanted a man handshake, not
All
that.
right, bet.
Not that ghetto. It's like I'm just playing. You can dap. We'll table it. Put y'all thoughts in the comments. What y'all think about that? Because the original post, bro. You know, it was people having the same type conversation in that joint.
I definitely can
Now-
see the back and forth about that. I'm going to do course of action. I'm going to do 2 chance of choices, 2 course of action. We'll do that. Okay, bet. I wish we had the sample, but we don't. But you know how we do it. Sometimes in life, in a man's life, sometimes he get a chance and a choice and a choice and a chance. And what he chooses to do with his chance, that's his choice. We right back. Running it back. Shout out to all of the OGs in the building that was here from day one. I always say all of that because I'm like, y'all know we doing this again, you know?
Yeah.
All right, chance of choice number 1. You want to nut quick the first time y'all do it or forget your wallet on the first date?
Apple Pay. Leave that wallet.
Nah, like no money. You have to get her to pay.
Niggas changing it.
You ain't got no money for the first date and you got to take that L or nut quick on the first time that y'all do it. This is for the fellas.
Ah, man. I may have to blow that nut fast.
That's crazy. Are you serious?
Cause I feel like I feel like I could give you a great experience for that first, whatever, the first part until I blow it, and then try to re-up on round 2. Right?
What if she's like, take me home? That's definitely not what happened with us. I don't know why
Is that what happened?
she in there trying to embarrass me, but that's definitely not what happened with us.
Uh-huh. Did you forget the wallet? Nope. He paid. He went home and
Nope. I feel like I'm not gonna get into that, but definitely not day 1. Are you kidding me? That was some of the most.
Nah, I think you did tell me that happened to you before.
No, it definitely happened to me before, but not day 1, not first time that me and A-Train together. Nah, fuck no. She would never lie like that. She knows that's not the truth.
Like you trying to convince her not to say.
I'm about to bring her out here. Tell them how I handled my business. That's what I'm saying. Y'all see this? Y'all see the car seats in here? Don't play with me. That's what I will say though. Both situations challenge you as a man in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you this, fellas.
Because this is the thing. If you forget to check, you could just write the whole situation off. You can nut quick and the girl think it's cute.
Think about it, y'all.
If you got the type of woman.
100% you need to forget the wallet and ask her to pay and just hope you can keep a tight grip. Let me tell you, a woman should be able to tell if you had enough for even this little Chili's plate. You can always tell when a nigga got enough. I was with my mother-in-law at the Costco. I get to the joint. Costco is direct money.
No bull.
You know?
You can't use the American Express.
Yeah, so I get up there. I do my Apple Pay. The dude says call your bank. Says contact bank. I said, you mean like they want me call the bank right now and wait on like the 888 number? That's what it says. It says they call and contact bank. So my mother-in-law was like, don't worry about it. I got you. I said, oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to just send you the money after this. I'll just send you the money after once I'll call the bank and figure it out. Think about it. I still have to figure shit out with the bank. I can't just still send her the money. So that's why you said, oh, Apple Pay. Nah. I had to take that L and I'm going to keep it 100. The way that I spoke to her, I don't think she had any ifs, ands, or buts if I could get her that money back. Now, fellas, you can't.
So hold on, wait. She paid
for the Costco's. Yeah, but when I had to send her the money back, and it was $300 something because Costco was That was the first time we had a baby, so we getting extra
This is
shit.
recent. This was last week.
This is literally my life. That's why I said weekend recap. Huh? It's been a blaze.
That's how this became a damn course of action. You really lived both situations.
Nah, because I'll tell you this. Because that's me and my mother-in-law at Costco. That's not first date. Like I said, the respect for you as a man gets challenged. So what you got to do, I would rather have the wallet situation. Because guess what? Let's say shorty say, fuck him. I had to pay for the dinner. I think I won't talk to you anymore. Let's say we exchanged our G's or something. There's ways that I could show her I had enough money for the Chili's plate. I had enough money for that. Terrell, if you blow your nut the first time you with shorty, it was quick. And that's it. There's no other way for you to prove yourself.
That's not true,
that
bro.
That was just a bad day for you.
I could talk
You just gonna
myself,
be quick minute man.
I could
to
talk
her
myself out of
forever.
that. I could talk myself out of that because as long as you're not trash at sex,
you're gonna be quick minute man forever, Terrell. She's not getting back with you. You blew it.
that's not true. You can talk your way out of it, fellas. You can say,
How?
damn, that shit was too crazy. I ain't never had nobody
Terrell,
like you before. Some type of crazy bullshit. You have to say. But if you a gentleman, you treat her like a queen. You got buy her a nice meal, take her for a night on the town, and then you come home and unfortunately on the first go around you blow your nut fast, fellas. It's not the end of the road because guess what? You can talk yourself out of her believing that you're that guy. Well, she may give you another chance. Now, if you blow nut too quick, you're cooked. But if you don't have
Fellas,
if you forget your wallet,
that is end of the game. Free throws, game on the line. We
No.
down 2. I need both shots.
You're not
that
getting
level pressure of not nutting quick after you already nutted quick, and it wasn't it wasn't right after. You mean to tell me you went home, sat in a?
You sound like a young nigga that nutted quick, not a
Terrell,
grown
this
nigga
don't
that's
have no nothing quick has no age. You could be a 40-year-old nigga.
I think the last time I did that, I was like 25. I wasn't like 19, fresh out of high school. I was very much shouldn't have done that. Let me tell you this.
The last time
You
you nutted quick was 25.
Yes. Big softy, that's a completely different thing. If you don't know
I
what
feel
big
like that's pretty impressive.
If you don't know what big softy is, first of all, once you start fucking for real, you know when you're going nut and when you can control it.
Well, yeah,
I feel like that's why I feel like it's a young nigga thing to
Nah.
do it. But if you do it as a
You
grown
just started-
man, bet I know I'm not gonna nut quick every time.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
You
all right,
get
but
it?
it's gonna be a one-time thing.
Now let me tell you something.
Like I
Chris
said-
Rock has a joke where he says nothing that drives the pussy like a woman reaching for her wallet. If you forget your wallet,
Terrell, you could,
and she gotta pay,
Terrell,
you can
trust me.
forget everything.
That's one moment. If you blow that nut, you talking about I'm a man. I know I can't nut quick twice. Okay,
I told you if you blow the second one, you cook.
there's no way I missed 4 free throws in a row. Clank. Okay, you get a chance and a choice. Be able to see the future, but only for the next 24 hours, or be able to see the past, but only just 1 hour ago.
Why would I want to see an hour ago?
It's your choice.
I would want
Your future, you could only see one day ahead.
Oh,
But you could look into the past.
You said you
1
can
hour.
only see the future, meaning you can only see the next 24 hours of your life.
Right.
Versus seeing the last hour. The
Which
last
be-
hour of my life, I was sitting here next to your black ass. I know exactly what it looks like. Show me tomorrow.
I'll tell you this. Some of you motherfuckers are anxiety riddled. I think you might want to choose the latter. Because can you imagine knowing what tomorrow is going to bring, how that would affect your today? Versus you being able to say, I just came in here and forgot my wallet. I feel like I was just in here with my phone and I said it right here. Hold up. I can just go back an hour and see exactly what I did versus me being able to see tomorrow.
What if you go to tomorrow and see some bullshit? What if tomorrow you get hit by a fucking train?
Well, see, that's
Then
my
what?
thing.
Then you can say, whoo,
If
I'm
you can-
staying in.
If you could see tomorrow, that doesn't mean you can change it, will it? Or you going to be on some Adam Kutcher butterfly effect shit.
Hey.
Which, that soundtrack is impeccable. You know that?
Yes.
That soundtrack is impeccable. That movie
That's
was
the way
fire.
it was scored. It was great.
Yeah. Anyway,
Very nice.
we're going to move on to course of action. Or you don't want to do course of action?
We can do one. We got one.
We got one course of action bet. This is going to be a good one. You at a pool party, right? and you having fun, you whatever. It's baddies around, bad drinks at the pool, everybody around. You jump in the pool, and your trunks fall off. You see them floating over there. You see a girl pick them up.
Okay.
You're in the pool. Do you play to give me my trunks back in the water? Or do you get out of the pool and walk around just with ass, cheeks, and mini me out since you in the water?
That is going to test you as a man more than anything like what we said on the last one. Because guess what? You're not...
You have to get out
You ain't even standing tall. You're on pool mode.
You're in pool
which
mode.
is like, do not disturb for your dick. It's like ultimate, no notifications. Please don't look at me.
Nothing's down here.
I'm shriveled. You know how people are showers. Some people are growers. Pause. But
this you definitely gonna be.
You gonna be shriveled. You gonna be shrimpy. Unless you are a nigga that's well endowed where you like that for real like that. And even if you are, it's embarrassing to just have to deal with.
What you need, fellas, you need a homeboy that's there that's gonna look out and throw you a towel, throw you something.
Nah, Terrance, you don't have that. You can get out or you can stay in the water.
I think
I would just have to get out. I'm gonna get out the water.
I'm not gonna stay in here shriveled up. I might cop if you help me out, dog. Come on, bro, let me get my trunks back. Y'all play too
Obviously,
much.
shorty that got your trunks wants to fuck you. Just get out the water, fellas. It don't matter
when she
unless
see
you a micro guy. When
she see your AA battery get out that water. When she see that AA battery get out the water, she gonna say, "Oh, here you go."
Fellas, you gotta get out. Hold your shit. Hold it. Like, you know how you can ball your shit up? Pause. Cup your shit.
Cup your shit in a knot.
Get out in a knot. Yeah, knot your shit and
but when
get
you
out.
need to get out the ladder and you got your leg, when you trying to get out the ladder,
you can't get out with two hands.
You can't get out the ladder holding your shit. You gonna have to.
Nah, and shorty that has your trunks, bro, you can smash 100%, 1000%. You green bean, what do you call it? Remember Street Volume 2 with your ball on fire and you're gonna make it guaranteed? You're gonna make it guaranteed.
I don't think that's true,
She
y'all.
100%
People are sick as fuck.
Took your shorts because she always was trying to get in your shorts.
Last one. You and your girl go to the movies. There's two sweet old ladies in your seat, right? Sitting in y'all two seats, right? There's two open seats beside them. Do you tell them to get up? Or do you let the sweet old lady sit in the seats and then you take the seats beside them?
You try to really butter up the ladies. Tabitha, Gertrude,
get y'all
right this
ass
way. Right this way.
I knew he was going to handle this one like a G.
Now, this is the thing, though. If we in an empty theater, like if we going up, like if we was to go see the Deadpool, and like the whole buzz is gone now. If we go, it's going to be maybe one of a couple.
Let's say you do go, there's nobody in there.
Seats,
but them.
There's two old ladies in my seats. I was raised with respect. Let's just sit right here. It's completely fine. G will be on the same page with me. Now, when we went the last time, and the girl,
Gertrude,
the lady had two kids, but she only bought two seats. So the kid was in my seat. So we ended up like, you know how they have the two-seaters at the nice theaters. They got two seats and then two seats. Me and G was on the opposite side of a wall. We couldn't do that. G went to the lady and said, get your kid type shit. That's different.
If it was me, I'm telling they old asses get up. I'm sorry. You know why? It's just my luck. The two seats that I sit next to, that's Elmont. That's
Delroy and Montrez.
That's
seats.
Montrez and Delroy seats.
Mm-hmm.
Or Sharita and Nigel seats.
Mm-hmm.
Now they say, yeah, bruh, get the fuck up. You know how people come, you ever sit in the wrong seat and see that the nigga had to build the courage to tell you get up by his face? Hey, man, C1, C2, that's us. You like, my bad, y'all, my bad. We thought we had the same one. And you can see him say, yeah, you know, it's cool. But you see he was like,
yeah. No,
hey.
because you have to be like that, though. You gotta be like that because you don't know if you're gonna have the friction or not. You can tell we sat in the wrong seats at the national game. Because nigga told us, go down the left and you're gonna be on the right. We gonna be on the left. Nigga wasn't paying attention doing his job. Not my man that I met. He was a good guy. He watched the podcast. He was a good dude. The other fucking guy that was like, okay, yeah, you're here. Nigga came and said, you guys got great seats. You're going to be looking here if you need water. The lady came and was like, these are our seats. Old ass lady, she didn't have no issue telling us we was in her seats.
Honestly, bro, like I said,
We
I
had
don't
to get
want
up.
to deal with the bullshit that comes because look, when Montre and Delroy come, the two old sweet ladies, y'all get to just enjoy the movie, enjoy y'all whatever, because we didn't say shit to y'all. But now when we stand up, where do we go? More empty seats?
Terrance, you know what's true though? The lady that had the son in our seat, when we sat down, if we would have sat next to, it was a couple that came after us that sat in the seats we would have sat in. We would have been in the exact same situation. And they ass was floating around the theater stealing everybody's seats after that. Did y'all even buy tickets?
Did y'all even buy
Did y'all even get tickets to this movie? You got a movie suggestion of the week? I do.
My movie suggestion of the week is going to be this movie called Warriors of Virtue. We used to watch it when we was young.
Oh,
it's called Warriors of Virtue. It is literally about like fighting talking kangaroos. I can't tell you a soul that is in this movie or when it came out. It's a 90s classic. Hey, Train, you seen that?
Oh, you got to watch it. It came out.
Warriors of the Virtue.
It came out in 97, yeah.
Was it
Warriors of Virtue.
Warriors of Virtue.
It's
fighting, talking, kung fu kicking kangaroos. Y'all are going to be like, this nigga's tripped off. What is he talking about? But when you watch that, I swear to you, it would not change your life, but you'll be like, yo, this was that good old 90s. They wearing costumes. Me and Terrell loved that movie when we was young.
It is available on Tubi, y'all.
It's available on Tubi. I might go ahead
You should watch it. These motherfuckers with some beats. Remember this motherfucker? Man, that's a good movie. That's a great movie recommendation. A fun movie. It's very old, y'all. It came out in 97. So the graphics ain't gonna be perfect. It's like if somebody told you to go back and watch the first.
Yeah, like Peter Pan or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, yeah.
My movie suggestion of the week is Prison Break. Shout out to everybody that loves that show. My fiance, my brother-in-law convinced me to start watching it. Really, my fiance.
Look, the best show ever, right? It's the best show of all time.
My favorite show of all time. Even though like the last 2 seasons are garbage. I'm like, all right, then we'll stop. I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in. It's a good show so far. It's real old. You could tell when they cut the commercial on that joint.
Yeah.
But shout out to everybody that watched Prison Break. Some people have it super high on their list and honestly, if he pulled the shit off that he's doing right now, I wish I was like recording it, my reaction to this joint, because I'm like, okay, this nigga ain't gonna pull this off. But then G keeps saying, it's 2003. Stop thinking about it like it's...
Gigi would hate to hear how you do her voice, because my girl don't even sound like that.
The way they do our voice is what?
An do the same voice for every single man in her life. I said all of them are the same.
All right, bet. That's going to be the end of this podcast.
All right, bet. That's the end of this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Mallory Bros Podcast supporters, Mallory Bros Podcast members. I want everybody to come down to the front. Terrell's dressed like a nigga that works at Wendy's on his off day.
You dress like a Warriors of Virtue, boy. They going to go watch and see you. You look like a kangaroo. Kangaroo face, boy. Kangaroo Jack was made after you.
You look like the Anthony Anderson in the movie, boy. Brolic.
Next time.